I really did not know. I know month of March happens to be Women's Month because I know as an Anglican born, we celebrate our Mother's Day this month, right? So I never really know that the International Women's Day was this month like that, and actually was today. So it was sending the emails to one of my, to be speakers those days that she reminded me, did you know that one of your dates fell in perfectly to, Women's Day? I was like, seriously? She said, yes. I said, oh my God, that must be truly divine. And I didn't want to start this interview today or let my speaker start the day without letting you know that that thought that you're having in your heart, that is just like, speaking even louder than you wanted to speak and you're shutting it off. I believe it's time for you to start paying attention to those little things that, they're just popping in your head and you just like, Lord, I don't understand it, or my person cannot carry it. I cannot do it. One of the things that the speakers left with us yesterday was to make sure that we have this I can mindset. Actually, it's not even a speaker. It was my daughter yesterday, last night, when we were going over a book that we are thinking of, writing on. And one of the principles, she said, Mommy, I saw that one of the principles you had used to navigate your challenges was that you always told us the story that happened in 2008 when Obama won election and used this word, yes, we can, yes, we can. So that's one of the principles I wanted to put in the book that you're writing, that once people understand that place of I can instead of I can't, all things are possible. And she began to explain it. I even had to tell her, let me record it and put it just like that in the book. She said, and my daughter she's only 11 years old, but she has watched us go through the seasons, and she could come out and say, Mommy, I can talk to anybody about you when it comes to I can. And it wasn't even me saying it. And this morning, I want to let every woman watching us to know that you can. And as we celebrate you, ladies, let me tell you something. I was just here worshiping before our speaker entered into the studio, and I was just worshiping that worship that came to my spirit, celebrating every small thing that I have done and even the failures I've had. I decided to celebrate them this season. And this morning, it just dawned on me that just celebrating the International Women's Day is not just like saying it. It's like I should start living it. I don't know if you have been living it, but I'm calling everyone in this community today, as I always watch that way, where the Facebook people are. Please start living it. Don't just post it on Facebook, Happy International Women's Day, and you don't even know what you're posting. You didn't even take time. I told myself today, this should be a day to go to the mall. What do you think, Jennifer?
I agree. I agree.
Exactly.
Celebrate yourself. Celebrate
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah, celebrate yourself. Go to do something that you didn't do like last week. Maybe eat what you want today. Just do whatever small. Ladies, let me tell you something. I wouldn't do this last year because maybe it didn't even mean that much to me. Like, what is International Women? But truly, if there's a day that is given to us to celebrate us, trust me, this is like somebody giving you a key. Hey, lady, celebrate yourself, right? So anyway, as you ladies know, we are back on the third day. My God, time have just gone so fast, and we are finally here on the third day. And in the studio today, we have our amazing coach, Jennifer, who is going to just take us through her journey. When I look at all the work she has done, how the best part I love about Jennifer is, the team mindset she had. As a team leader, I love the fact that she's like me. We love to lead teams, we love to help people. And it's in that help that we'll find our purpose, that we find our meaning living here. So it's just an honor to have her today on our last day of the summit, the summit that we are doing, which is the wisdom of 21 accomplished. I just love to use that, accomplished winning women, and their lessons. So with that said, I'm just going to, hand it over to our speaker to let us know who she is, how she earned it, where she been, what she been through, and all the turning points of her life that brought out the best in her, that's helping her solve many Oh my God. I look at everything, that you are doing and, you've done. And like, what a powerful, coach speaker we're going to have in the house and kickstart our third day in this journey. So ladies, are you ready? I see you guys are ready. So send us some love, some like, do some comment, happy, send all of you need to tell us Happy International Women's. Don't come on here without saying that today. Make sure you send us all the love we need. Treat us special today. And all the ladies, treat yourself special. And coach, please take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Reverend Joy. I do want to echo Happy International Women's Day. If you are a woman today, make sure that you celebrate yourself with something extra special for yourself today, and celebrate the other women in your life. So I am Jennifer D. McClain. I am Chicago born and raised. I am the journey question is always hard because it's like, do you go back to the very beginning? Do you go back like 5 years? How far do you go back? And so I will start by saying, I went to high school in a boarding school in Mississippi that happens to be one of only four Black boarding schools left in the country. It is called Pineywood School. I'm very proud of that. Actually, there's a Hulu documentary out talking about Pineywood School. So if you've never heard of it, look into that. And then after high school, I did my undergrad at Diller University in New Orleans, HBCU. So proud of that. And then kind of came back to Chicago to start my professional career. And so starting my professional career in a nonprofit organization. That was not the journey that I had designed for myself. My degree was in computer science, so I was going to be a techie and, take over the world with my tech skills. But that it didn't work out like that. I started working in a nonprofit organization, really supporting really supporting mothers to build out their job readiness skills so that they can get jobs. And so my role in the organization was, intaking the women as they came in, so have them understand what the program was about, and then supporting them to get a job. And so I was at that organization for about 7 or so years, and actually left the organization for about 6 months. I worked for the government just for about 6 months. That didn't work out. So I actually came back to that organization, and they were starting this new program, and worked that new program for about 2 years. And then the funder of that program, I started working at that organization, which is the organization that I work at today, which is a national community development organization where our mission is to support organizations, um, to support neighborhoods with bringing in resources to make them strong and healthy. And so I've been at the organization actually 17 years this month. And so throughout my time in the organization, my work has been focused on increasing the economic opportunity or financial capability of individuals, working through organizations in the city to help them build up their capacity to support those individuals. And one of the things that we do in these centers is really use a coaching approach, which is really a client first approach. It is approach that meets a person where they are. It's an approach that, as a coach, I believe that my clients are creative, resourceful, and whole. And as the coach, I am just asking them questions to help them identify what it is they need to work on so that they can achieve their goals. And so I took my first coaching training in 2008. And I was like, this is something I could do, I could see myself doing, as a coach. And so fast forward 2019 is when I started thinking about starting a business. And so 2020 is when Mission Inspire was launched. And so my desire to launch this organization was from the coaching and training that I've received throughout my career in the nonprofit sector. And so I I help women prioritize themselves so that they can lead impactful lives without sacrificing their own personal growth. And so really supporting women as they uh, identify the goals that they have for their life, and then like walking with them to help identify the actions they need to take to make those goals a reality. And so a big part of my business is leadership and life coaching, but then also I do facilitation and I also do consulting. And I would say my another part of my business is really I want to work with faith-based organizations because I've grown up in the faith-based community, and one of the things people volunteer their time, but a lot of times they don't get the support that they need to grow as a leader. And so I want to be able to provide those services in the faith community so that they're getting professional development and different things like that. And so um, I think there's a lot of, things that happen along the journey. A lot of times I don't talk about my many degrees. So I talk about my bachelor's. I also have an MBA and I also have an MPA. And then I also have an executive scholar certificate focused on nonprofit management. I call myself a lifelong learner because I believe we can always grow and we can always learn something. So I'll probably go get another degree, sometime soon. And so I've done those, but I've also done leadership development programs so that I can grow as a leader. That's why part of my practice is leadership coaching, because I believe not everybody understands what it means to be a leader. And so really want to support individuals as they grow into their leadership.
That is I'm telling you, there's a lot of belt wearing right there. Oh my God. You've done well. You've done well. I one thing I came to realize lately is that we all can really do whatever we set our mind to do. And age is not a problem. You just said that, who knows, you probably have to go back and get another BA or whatever you want to do, because you're not looking at age as a restriction or a barrier, because it doesn't really matter. You can be or have whatever you want to have in this life once your mind is made up to it. It just, all things start from a thought process. What are you thinking? And I'm going to say to every woman watching us this morning, what are you truly thinking? Where does it, when we wake up in the morning, how do you start your day? Those really matters a lot. And Coach, that will bring me to, just in the few minutes I'm going to have with you, I want you to help somebody today. That person that is, I don't know why age is coming to my spirit for you to help somebody with. Do you think there's any age in life that people should give up on their dreams, on their vision, on something that they have passion on? With everything you've achieved, I believe that you will have enough wisdom to give somebody today who is actually letting circumstances or age come in between what their purpose, what they believe they've been called to do. Do you think there's any barrier of age to that person?
Um, and so I would say no, but I would say to that individual is about mindset and really the mindset that they have around achieving their goals. And, as we get older, we feel like uh, we don't have the energy, we don't have the time, we've gotten to this point, we should uh, just rest, right? But I think that, as you get older, your goals and visions become more of a reality. You can see them better. And so the what I would give to people is first spending some time identifying what it is that you truly want. So what are the goals? And then also like getting some support around that. And that support could be joining different groups. That support could be getting a coach. That support could be getting a mentor, right? And so getting some support, but then also holding yourself accountable. So once you identify those goals and make them smart so that they are time bound, really holding yourself accountable. But then when you don't achieve the things that you say you're going to do, don't beat yourself up, right? So really identify what's holding you back, what's keeping you from achieving that goal. Is that actually the goal you want to achieve, or is it something else? And if it is the goal you want to achieve, really digging in and understanding what's holding you back. And that support also could look like a therapist. Maybe you need a therapist. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Sometimes we need somebody to help us unpack some things that have happened in our life, some traumas that we tend to push down and not deal with. Traumas all don't deal with them, right? And so therapy could be an option to deal with that. And then I would say finally, for the people that have a faith practice is, praying and really talking to your power that be. For me, that's God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, and really having conversation around what your purpose is and what you should be doing, and just dealing with that as well. Sometimes I tell people family, but not everybody has family, but there's family that is blood connecting to you, and then there's other family. And so, I was a part of a book compilation of women entrepreneurs, and one of the tips that I gave in my chapter was around getting you a circle of champions. So who's in your circle, like building out your circle of people that you allow to speak into your life, but also can support you as you are identifying your goals. So uh don't feel defeated, don't get yourself down, but really thinking about, okay, how can I rise up and achieve the goals, the visions that I have for my life.
Truly, truly love it. I love writing at the same time. Yes, some people like, okay, it's an interview, you have to look up. No, I want to get my knowledge when I get it, and I want to see it when I
Mhm,
say it. Because once I say it, I get it, right?
mhm,
So, guys,
mhm,
let me tell you something. This is like get your circle of champions. If there's nothing else that you said, I want somebody to hear it again. Get your circle of champions. Don't just be on a circle because they are maybe family or they are old friends that you have in the past, and that is just who you know, and they're not really feeding you growth. They're actually maybe talking you down or feeding you things that is not aligning with your purpose. Because seriously, Coach Jennifer, something I realized lately, what God is saying to me is not what he's saying to you. I don't know how to say that. As much as even we married, we have husband, what God is talking to me about is not what he's talking to him. So even allowing him, maybe in my circle that I want to grow from, and allow him who is not really feeling the calling I have over my life to actually be the only person I have in my circle might affect my vision, might affect my purpose. It's not that he's not my husband. I'm just using that as an example for any woman watching. You have a relationship and you realize they're kicking back to what you believe you've been called to do. It's not, they're not kicking back because they were called at the same time. They're kicking back because they don't even know what you're doing. They don't understand you. So what do? Do your thing. You look for the best circle of champions. They're going to build you up. It's not going to come between you and your husband. When he's not there, you do your thing. Even if he's there, sometimes if you have to sneak to listen to an audio or video or something that's going to motivate you for the next level, do it, ladies. Don't let that be an excuse. Oh, my husband don't like this. I'm not saying you should be disobedient, but my husband don't like, but you know that you have this deep cry in your spirit to move this cause, to move this mission. Like our coach today, Mission Inspire, she had to move it. Nobody else got that call, but she did. And she's here today talking to us. So get your circle of champions. Get that place that feed you up and not tear you down. And, and that will bring me to the last thing I want to ask you. How will people connect with you? Remember, let me look that way again. Remember. Our community, you have access to our exclusive interview I have done in the past with Coach Jennifer, where she laid it down, the process. We asked her question and she was able to give us everything that you need to know today to move your life forward. So if you're not a VIP, go ahead, grab one of the VIP packages and get all those exclusive interviews that is going to help you in 2024. Yes, and going forward. So that brings me now. What is your free gift for the people today? How can they find you if they want to work with you and all of that?
So before I go there, can I touch on something that you mentioned?
Sure.
And as I think it'll be helpful for people, you talked about uh, what God is saying to you is not what he's saying to me and different things like that. One of the things that I used to struggle with was comparison. So comparing myself to other people that have a business or, they're coaches and different things like that. But the realization that I made was that my journey is not someone else's journey. Right. And so I never know what that person had to experience to get to where they are. And then we only see the bright and shiny penny on social media anyway. Some people will open up and share other things, but there's a limit to what people share. And so I just want to remind someone that, comparison will keep you back, will hold you back from moving forward. And so just remembering that your journey is your journey, and, not to allow uh comparison to hold you back from achieving the goals that that you should be working toward. So keeping you from your purpose. That's a better way of saying it. That's a better way of saying it. Okay, so you had mentioned that, and I just wanted to share that as I thought it might be helpful for someone. So the way to connect with me, the first thing is I have a blog that's called Flourishing Fiercely. And it's where I share some of the lessons that I've learned and inspire my readers on their own journeys to flourish fiercely. And you can access that blog by going to tinyurl.com/JenMC blog. So JenMC blog. And so that's an easy way to get to it. And I do have a freebie, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm trying to pull it up really quickly so I can tell you all. Typically I have myself together. Yes, the freebie is I have a bundle called Your Own Worst Enemy on my website. And the link is, I think you'll be
Yeah,
providing links to
we have
the
it. Yeah.
piece. Okay. And so the um it is a ebook and a workbook, and it's all about sometimes we are our own worst enemy. And so what this book does, it helps you identify some self-defeating behaviors that may be holding you back from achieving your goal growth. And so the coupon code for this is wisdom. And so that is the free gift that I have for individuals in this summit.
Awesome. I love how you summarize the comparison, because trust me, it is powerful. And thank you. That has really kept a lot of us, I wouldn't even say a lot of them, a lot of us, thinking, oh, look how far they've gone. I haven't done that. And instead of us to keep on working on our purpose, one thing I was doing last year for my team, and even right now for them, every opportunity I have with them, I remind them that every one day they see get to the top as fast as they think have been in the trenches for years.
Mhm.
I keep saying that. If you right now, I'm going to tell any woman that is here watching us, going to watch later, any any person you see, maybe like you join a company as a network marketer, which is my background, which is where I grow the teams, and as a reverend minister, which is my background, and you just realize maybe the pastors, they are up there, you just seeing them doing more amazing things, and maybe the network marketers, the leaders, they just join and all of a sudden they get to the top. They've been in the trenches for years. And you that just joining that particular field also want to be up where they are, but you haven't done the work. You haven't run the time. So comparison will keep you back from achieving the, I love it. I love it, coach. I love it. Thank you.
And I wanted to add, so thinking about the theme, so challenges to champions. And so if I can offer those listening as you think about challenges. Now, sometimes this is hard to do when you're in the challenge, but what I like to see challenges is opportunities. Like, how am
Mm,
I to learn from this, right? And when you in it, it's kind of hard because you just want to get out of it. You like, God, please get me out of this thing, right? And so, but just seeing, like when it's over, like what is the learning? Like, how can I grow from this? And so I like to see most things as an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to grow. And so as you all are walking this walk of trying to get to achieving your goals and visions, just thinking about the learning and the opportunities for growth.
that's so true. Thank you so much. Really thank you. And really thank our audience who have been, with us today. And, as we end, remember we have 6 more speakers for the day as we continue to celebrate every woman you know right now. Just celebrate them, send them a quick call. If you have a mom, pick up your phone, say, Mommy, I love you. Thank you for helping me be here no matter what, amend your dispute, amend, forgive, forget, regardless of whatever happening in your life right now, and just appreciate those women that stood there for you, even if it's just to bring you here. And you think they didn't do more than they didn't do as much as you think they would have done. But the fact they brought you here and you even old enough to know that you are here, that's a blessing. So bless them. So that will be it today. I'm just gonna let our expert in the house, as we've been doing for the days, tell us that wisdom word or that wisdom phrase or something that you want to leave us with going forward.
I will leave you with I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me.
Mm. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, I can do all things. I will remember that one to post it. I remember that. I can do all things. Oh my God. Thank you so much for even giving us this time again. We really appreciate you. We know how busy you are. You're doing a lot. I watch your bio and I like, oh my God, you're loaded. But at the same time, you find it joy to come with us today. We really appreciate you. We love you. And we're looking forward to have you back in our community someday as we all are going to say bye-bye to everyone who is there.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we are not live again. I'm still going to stop this one because I already